We should be live, ready to go. There we go. Perfect. So, where were we after the screw up that happened last Tuesday? Sort of figured out what the problem was. Let me fix the lighting because it's a little bit off right now. So it's coming over here. Let me fix that light real quick. It's a little bit too much. Let me tone it down. Dial in a little bit. There we go. Much better. So, stream is live now, guys. Hopefully you kind of saw what was going on with the Facebook groups. You saw kind of what I did with a impromptu stream after the stream, so to speak. And there was an issue definitely with the way YouTube is doing their new streaming. I want to make sure it's good to go, and we're live. Good. And the problem I was running into, and this is the reason why I'm doing the stream tonight, and hopefully you can hear me okay, because I did switch out to my normal mic. So hopefully you can see it all right, or actually rather hear me all right. And let me know in the chat if it sounds better than the little lapel mic I was using. I'm hoping it does. Hopefully the lighting looks okay. It might be a little dark with you guys. Let me, again, make some tweaks to the lighting. I'm kind of tweaking the lighting a little bit, see if it works good. Hey, thanks for coming into the chat. Let's tweak the lighting a little bit here. Move the lights off of me and kind of light up the room. See if it looks better. That might look a little bit better, hopefully. Let me know. Awesome. Thanks, AA. There we go. Hopefully the lighting looks a lot better now. I'm going to throw it into the room. And hopefully it looks a lot better. Little bit. A little bit. There we go. Kind of make some tweaks to it. There we go. Much better. Now I'm lit up like a Christmas tree. Perfect. So yeah, I'm using my normal mic now since I have a lot more room on my table. I was having issues before. So as I mentioned before, the issue that we were running into has been addressed and fixed. You might have saw, if you would have checked out the chat on earlier for the stream, you might have saw some messages that were redacted from me because I'm trying to fix the chat box. If you look to the right of the screen, you'll see the Rook Geek Goodness. You'll see me as a Funko Pop, as Kyle Rayner. And there's a chat box that used to work. For whatever reason, the chat box, the widget is not working now. And I'm thinking the problem might be I might need to update or upgrade my OBS to a newer version. The older version may be the cause of that problem, I'm guessing. I'm hoping that will fix it because I was watching some tutorials and it looked like the interface looks completely different than mine. So I'm thinking I might need to get an upgrade to a newer version of OBS, and that might fix my problem. So let's talk the stream tonight, which would be the replacement for the stream we had on Tuesday. Now, going forward for streams, they're probably going to be once a month. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to be doing for streaming. Because mainly it's not my main focus of content. I like doing it. I like sharing my thoughts and opinions with the audience, but it's not what I like to really do. Drink for tonight. If you're curious, we're doing some green apple soda for Czech again. Old school flavor. If you have a Winn-Dixie near you, you can get all this stuff. It's very, very cheap soda. It tastes very, very good. I'm trying to cut back a lot on energy drinks. Caffeine is still a thing in my diet, unfortunately, but I'm trying to really cut back on energy drinks. So things like this is good. There's no caffeine. I enjoy it. It tastes good. That being said, so streaming on once a month. So it's probably going to be the first Tuesday of every month is what I'm going to do a stream. It'll probably be a 30-minute stream unless there's some type of special thing going on like DC Fandom, which is going to be happening the 12th of this month, which is day 2 of DC Fandom. There might be a special stream possibly talking about DC Fandom just to keep the topic alive after they talk about it like we talked about for DC Fandom Day 1. Very similar sort of idea. I might do a special stream for that, but normally it would be one stream a month. The first Tuesday of the month I'm going to make an update on all videos going forward. I'll probably say something along those lines. So let's talk pickups. Let's talk newest things I've picked up this month so far. As you guys may or may not know, I've talked about it many, many times, that I like sort of the B string and C string Transformer characters. When I was growing up as a little kid, there was a couple Transformers that I had in my collection. I didn't have a lot of the real big, heavy named characters. I had an Optimus Prime and I had a Megatron, but besides that, there was no like really important characters. I didn't have a Sideswipe, but I had a Sunstreaker. I didn't have Starscream, but I had Skywarp. I love Skywarp. I love my black and purple Seeker Jet. I was a fan of Cliffjumper. I didn't have a Bumblebee, so I got a Cliffjumper instead. Those are the characters I like, sort of the offshoot characters that you normally aren't in sort of the mainstream per se. They're B and C string characters that are in Transformers. But there's a new Netflix show that came out called War of Cybertron. It is a Netflix only TV show. It is, I think it's CGI, I believe. I've never seen it yet. I've heard about it, never watched it. It sort of follows the War of Cybertron series that happened in both the comics and in the toy lines. But they had a character that didn't make the War of Cybertron, didn't make the cut for War of Cybertron, but he's in the Netflix show, and that is a character called Hotlink. Hotlink is basically, they didn't do Skywarp, but they did the character called Hotlink, which is this guy right here. I already opened up, took him out of the packaging, and here's his packaging if you wanted to see what it looks like. He is a Voyager class. Price point I think was 30, I want to say 35 bucks for this guy, I believe. Cool looking character, Decepticon, and he's the Tri-Wing version of the black and purple Seeker jet. Now, and he comes with two Target Masters. Heatstroke, which is this top one, which is, they're identical sculpts. The only thing difference between this guy and this guy is the visor color. So he comes with two Target Masters. They both transform identically. There's no difference between them. The paint color is the same. The add-on blast effect is the same for both characters. And he's what they call a Tri-Wing jet. If you're not familiar, in the old Transformers cartoon, before they had Earthbound conversions, like, for example, Prime was a different sort of truck, and the Seekers were different sort of jets. They weren't F-15 Eagles. They were these Tri-Wing jets. So that was the idea. And they did one for Starscream, and they did one, I believe, for Thundercracker, but they didn't do Skywarp. They did Hotlink. So if you want to see what Hotlink looks like, this is what he looks like. Again, he's a purple and black decoed Tri-Wing jet. He has both Target Masters attached to him. Definitely love the way this guy looks. Yeah, I didn't want an Optimus at all. All I wanted was a specific character was this guy right here. Because again, I liked Skywarp. Now, I think it's called Earthrise or Earthbound. They have a Skywarp and a Thundercracker 2-pack. You can get it at, I think it was Target, for $60. I don't want to spend $60 for two figures, especially the Thundercracker I'm not too hyped on, but the Skywarp I love. But this guy looks great. Love the paint deco on him. He does have a lot of these, I think they're called 3mm points. These holes that you see right there. That one right there. He has one for where his guns plug in. He has one for where his hand is right there. Definitely love the hard points because you could put these Target Masters in his hands or anywhere across they have these hard points. The wings do kind of move. You do have some articulations on the wings. They do bend forward and back, and you can pivot them up and down. Again, I will not do a Transformer review. I refuse to. Yeah, I don't know what Optimus Prime is. I haven't seen him. I think he was in the chat. He came, I think he jumped in later, either on Tuesday or a day or two later, because he said he got the notification, but way late. And that's something we'll talk about at the end of the stream tonight. But yeah, so this guy, very, very cool. Love the way Hotlink looks. Let me take off one of the guns here so you can kind of see what they look like. Whoops. Take it off here, and I just dropped his thing. Get it. So, as I mentioned, they're the same Heatstroke and Heartburn. I believe it's Heatstroke and Heartburn. Heatstroke and Heartburn. They're the same Target Master. They're this aqua color Target Master. The arms sort of flip back in and they plug into the little points in the back. It's a very easy transformation. And it's a very cool Target Master. So yeah, this will fit any Transformer that has, I think it's a 3mm post. Again, I could be wrong on that hole size. Again, I'm not a massive Transformer fan. I've watched a few YouTubers who do Transformer reviews, but I'm not that guy. That is not in my wheelhouse. I will not do that. Let's get a look real quickly at his head sculpt, because his head sculpt looks really, really good. Hopefully I can get something kind of decent with the head sculpt. There it is. Great looking head sculpt. Great looking deco on him. As I mentioned, the purple and black. This should be available at local... I found him at Walmart. He might be a Walmart exclusive. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I do love the Tri-Wing design. I think it looks very, very cool. The amount of engineering to take this guy and turn him into a triangle-shaped jet is pretty cool. So I'm very, very happy about that. Now let's talk about sort of a birthday gift I got from my fiance ahead of time, and this is taking out, for example, things like the Jon Stewart statue she picked me up. That was a very, very, very expensive statue. Sort of a move, like a move into a new studio gift. It was very, very pricey, not cheap at all. So, excuse me. So it was very cool for her to pick something up for me, and I talked about it at GameStop a few weeks ago, and she kind of picked up on what I was saying, and I was looking around for a particular item and I couldn't find it, so she ordered it online for me. It's a Power Rangers item. It's from the Lightning collection. Of course, if you guys know, I'm a big Green Ranger, White Ranger fan, but since I already have White Ranger, she's heard I was talking about this character, and it's of course Lord Dracon. Lord Dracon, if you're not familiar, if you're checking this out on video on demand, thank you very much. Definitely click the like and subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Definitely click subscribe. Again, I'm doing streams once a month now. I put out content every Tuesday and Thursday. That first Tuesday would be replaced with the stream. That's the idea. Toy hunts are kind of off the table right now, mainly because of COVID, and it's very difficult to talk with a mask on to try to do something energetic when your mouth is sort of just muffled. So it wouldn't make a lot of sense for toy hunts currently. But of course, Lord Dracon is the alternate version of a unique and serial IP done for, of course, Power Rangers, but done for Dynamite Comics. This character never existed in the Saban universe for Power Rangers. So this was created specifically for the comics. And the idea for this character is simply put that, what if Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, stayed evil? And this is a Tommy from a different universe that basically literally killed all the Power Rangers, stayed with Rita, got with Lord Zed, formed a faction, and became this character, renamed himself, a la, let's say, Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader. Tommy Oliver, Green Ranger, White Ranger, became Lord Dracon. That's the idea of this character. I'm going to eventually review him. I've not yet reviewed Tommy, the White Ranger version of this guy, or rather the normal White Ranger one, which you can see right on my shelf behind my head over here. Right there he is. So definitely going to do a review of him. He looks good, what I'm seeing here. I definitely love the packaging. I love what they did there with the image sort of, on this side rather, kind of sort of bending, sort of 3D across the spine. Love the way that looks. And of course the back of the packaging is Lord Dracon right there with the little blast effect on the dragon dagger. So definitely going to do a review of this character somewhere down the line. I do like he has an alternate head, so you can either have him with the helmeted head on or the unhelmeted head. I'll probably leave it with the helmeted head because it just looks a lot cooler. So yeah, so that's there. Now let's talk kind of about the next order of business, of course, is Funko Pop Battle Royal. There's a lot to really talk about that because, surprisingly, the guy who I didn't think would win the event took the whole damn thing. And, of course, let's bring up my other screen here. Funko Pop Battle Royal Season 1, as you see on your screen right now, was the culmination of about 10 months of taking Funkos from like universes together and fighting them, and then having them fight different characters from different intellectual properties. So we had horror characters versus comic book characters versus Mortal Kombat characters, all that sort of stuff. So all these things you see on your screen right now was Funko Pop Battle Royal, Season 1. And again, this was about 10 months worth of videos. And some characters were shot and did video reviews for 4 different times. In this case, Jason was 5 times I reviewed that particular Funko item. And all these seeds that you see here kind of were brought in, and I tried to match these up with the live stream, and that was the idea going forward, how I would do this sort of segment. But it ran for 10 months between moves to different houses and apartments rather. It took too much time, and if I was going to do this again, I'm going to tweak it. But I want to show you guys the brackets of what it looked like. So if you catch this on video on demand, you kind of know what's going on as far as speaking live now in front of the stream. So we had some horror characters. We had 8-bit Jason Voorhees against 8-bit Freddy Krueger. We had Predator versus Alien Xenomorph. We had Superman from Legion of the Collector's Corps versus Lobo. That was the non-bloody Lobo. We had Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero against Mortal Kombat Scorpion. On the other side, we had Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Mace Windu. We had, from the 80s cartoons, actually 90s cartoons, we had Gargoyles Goliath versus Darkwing Duck. We had Venom Lethal Protector versus Carnage. Both those were exclusive. One was a Walgreens and one was FYE. And of course, we have at the bottom X-Men Dark Phoenix versus X-Men Psylocke. And of course, these were both common. The Dark Phoenix wasn't the fancy one. It wasn't glow in the dark. It wasn't the chase. It wasn't one with the big phoenix behind her. It was just the pop itself with no flashiness to it. And kind of, you can see how the rounds kind of broken down here. Again, part of a problem happened in this Funko Pop Battle Royal thing near the semifinals on the right side of the brackets. We'll talk about that shortly. So it's 8-Bit Jason against the Alien Xenomorph is where it turned into the semifinals. So basically, 8-Bit Jason won. Let me take a step back. The Alien Xenomorph won in a draw. Basically, I had to make a judgment call who would win. And the idea of me doing this was not because I liked a particular character more than another character. I would objectively view the Funko, meaning I would look at everything. I would look at the packaging. I would look at the paint. I would look at if it had any articulation. I would look at any gimmicks they may have. If they were flocked, if they were glow in the dark. Anything that could make an advantage over the other competitor, I tried to bring to light. That was the idea of me doing it, quote unquote, objectively in my reviews. So I had to take that perspective. If you ask me subjectively who would win this thing, who would go in the finals, bar none, it would have been Superman Legion Collector's Corps versus Dark Phoenix. If you're looking at popularity and power level, it'd be those two, hands down. Any one of those characters on the brackets would have been destroyed by their counterpart. Superman would have annihilated any single person on that bracket. And Dark Phoenix would have obliterated any person if you were looking straight power level, what that character can do in the comics and in the lore and the history. They would have eradicated anybody else in the competition. But I couldn't. I wanted it to go down that way, but because the audience didn't want that to happen, and the way the brackets turned on itself was very surprising. So in the semifinals, it was Jason versus Alien Xenomorph. We had Superman Legion Collector's Corps versus MK Sub-Zero. Of course, 8-Bit Jason won that, trounced the Alien Xenomorph, and Superman Legion Collector's Corps beat MK Sub-Zero. And that was the standard version of Sub-Zero, not any type of crazy special version. It wasn't a exclusive, rather. The other side, Obi-Wan Kenobi, of course, won it, and he went against Gargoyle's Goliath. Then we had Venom Lethal Protector who beat Carnage against X-Men Psylocke, which was an upset. If you ask me my personal opinion, that was an absolute upset. And it wasn't even close. I think it was like, there was double the votes for Psylocke as opposed to Dark Phoenix. It was not even near close, and it really surprised me that it went down that way, because I didn't think it would. Maybe people just like the way the character looks. I don't know the specific reason why. I can't put my finger on it. Then going back to the other side, we had 8-Bit Jason against Superman. This should have been a complete upset. Superman should have destroyed Jason. It didn't happen that way. You guys didn't want to go down that way. That being said, 8-Bit Jason went into the finals. And on the other side, Obi-Wan Kenobi went up against Psylocke. Now, during that last round, Psylocke versus Obi-Wan, there was a problem because YouTube decided to stop doing polls. Everything that was done here, excuse me again, need a drink. Everything that was done before was done with polls. You would vote inside the little window at the end of the video who you thought would win. And it would tell you in real time the percentages of who's winning in this particular video, in this particular poll, rather. Well, in that last poll, Obi-Wan versus Psylocke, YouTube did away with polling completely. So I had to make an adjustment on the fly, and tell people to make it in the comments who they thought would win. And counting the comments up, it was barely Obi-Wan beating Psylocke. It was very, very close, but Obi-Wan squeaked out the win. So in the finals, it became 8-Bit Jason versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I can say, surprisingly, 8-Bit Jason won Funko Pop Battle Royal Season number 1. I don't know why he won it. I can't figure it out. To me, it doesn't make any sense. He is a very, very blocky Funko Pop. He's maybe nostalgic because people like the 8-Bit stuff. Maybe people have a throwback feeling to the old school NES days and sort of like a Minecraft feel. Maybe that's why. Maybe. And that was all perfect, AA. If people wanted to do that, they absolutely could. But I was looking at it objectively, not who would win in a fight, but if you asked me subjectively who would win, it would have been Superman versus Dark Phoenix any day of the week. Now, if you're going to ask me, because 8-Bit Jason did win Season 1 Pop Battle Royal, this particular matchup, this particular tournament. If I was going to do a Season 2, it'd be seeded everything through a stream again, getting suggestions. And B, I would cut off all this stuff here. I would start literally over here. I would start with 4, semi, and final. I wouldn't start this deep because it just takes too much time. And when you get to this point here, you've already reviewed one pop going into another one, and potentially you might have reviewed the same character 3 times. Potentially. Again, like Jason, it was reviewed it here, reviewed it here, then 8-bit here one, had to review it here again, had to review it here again, and review it here again. So I had to review both 8-bit Jason and Obi-Wan 5 times, including their normal review. So it was just a monotonous video for me because I reviewed it so much, I talked about this thing so much, I knew exactly what was going on. And it was a little bit weird to keep talking about that same character over and over again. So that being said, let's talk about the kind of the really important thing that I wanted to talk about. And that is returning to subscription unboxing videos. That was one thing I talked about on Tuesday until that big fiasco we had. I'm going to start doing subscription unboxing videos again because that was probably the meat and potatoes of my channel when I first started. My channel's nowhere near what it was 2 years ago. Not even close. What I would normally get about 10 to 11,000 minutes of watch time a month, I'm getting about half of that right now. And I think part of that is me not doing subscription unboxings anymore because that was, I think, a good chunk of my audience liked those videos and didn't care for the action figures, didn't care for the Funko, didn't care for the toy hunting, doesn't care for the statues. They like subscription unboxing videos. And I'm going to be returning to that with, I believe, this box here. And the reason why I say this is because this looks to be a pretty cool box. It is called Z-Box, if you've never heard of this before. I believe it comes out of the UK. The price point for this box is $19.99. The September box is called Sidekick. You can see it right here on your screen. Normal price is $19.99. Their subscription model is it's $19.99 if you do their big one. Like their subscription of 12 months is $20, so you're saving $3 a box. Normal shipping from the UK, looking at their shipping, it said $4.95. So there might be tax involved in this as well, coming into, in this case, Florida. But probably next week, I'm going to place an order for this box. I'm once again going to be doing subscription unboxing videos because I had a lot of fun doing it. The BAM Box Part 2, where I was comparing 2019 and 2016, I'm eventually going to do that video. I haven't sold all the parts yet from it. I might just get to a point where I'm going to call it and just say what I've sold and what I didn't sell and inform people what happened. Because that was the idea. I did this many months ago in the old apartment. I talked about that video per se. But this box looks pretty good. They have Z-Box here. If you look here, it's a monthly geek box themed around your favorite geeky interests from zombies and the undead to retro games and pop culture. Each month will be set a box containing, of course, it's a mystery box. Each month will be set a box containing over $40 worth of exclusive and licensed merchandise. Now, I've done boxes in the past, many boxes in the past. We've done things like Loot Crate. We've done BAM Box. I went back and forth with BAM Box. I've done Geek Fuel. I've done Nerd Block until Nerd Block crashed and burned and went out of business. Probably one of my favorites was Collector's Case. And you might be asking yourself, Rook, whatever happened with Collector's Case? That's a good question. I can't give you an answer because I don't know. I don't know what happened with Collector's Case. They simply went away. In the end of, I believe, 2018, they just, I've not heard from them. I've sent messages through Facebook to them. Nothing has shown up. They have not done anything. They have not come back. I don't know what's going on with Collector's Case. It's just a shame because they were a very good box. You had a chance of getting autographs. It was very cool. You got decent amount of product for it. You didn't get a lot of chaff. You didn't get a lot of junk. You got some good stuff. And of course, you're gonna get boxes which you're gonna get junk stuff. You absolutely will get boxes which have trash in it. I have a lot of boxes that are stored in my closet now, which just have a bunch of junk in it, and that just it is what it is. But I'm thinking this box might be a good idea. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping that's the case because this box looks good. It really does. I saw some YouTubers doing some unboxings, some sort of really unique items that I haven't seen before. Now, I believe what they do is also they do a lot of repacking with things from, let's say, Loot Crate, and they'll take some pieces from other subscription boxes they've had or they've gotten stock from other other subscription boxes and they will stick it in this box. I've seen stuff that was in other boxes in this box before. So I'm hoping it's going to be a decent box. That's my hope. Can I say 100% I'm going to like it? Probably not. So you can see here, shipping right here is $4.99. So again, not too bad on shipping. Now, one thing they do have here, let's see if I can find it, is this one. This one seems very, very interesting to pick up, and I picked this one up as well. It's a one-shot box. It's called the Mega Mystery Z Box. This one here, I read a little bit about this one. Normally, if you look at the price of this one was normally $45. So the price here is $24.99. You save $21. So I'm thinking that the price for this one, if we do the math, normally they're saying their boxes are $22. You get about $40 worth of stuff. So this one has an MSRP of, let's say, $45. You're probably going to get about $90 to $100 worth of stuff out of this box. And I want to do this one after I do that first Z box. I want to do this one after that one. So like maybe the following, a week or so later to do that box as well. That's my idea. Because usually these boxes ship into the following month. So for example, the September box, I won't get it until October. That's how they're usually about a month behind. So people who are opening their boxes now are probably opening their August box in September now. That's how it worked with Loot Crate. That's how it worked with Bambox. Same sort of idea. So I'm thinking the same idea will happen here. Like near the end of the month, they'll ship the stuff out. That's probably what will happen. And they'll charge you. That's what they're going to do. If you guys check this out on video on demand, definitely hit me up. Who do you think I should do my unboxings for? I'm going to try Z-Box because, again, we've done Loot Crate, we've done Bambox. Again, it went horribly. We've done Nerd Block, we've done Geek Fuel. I don't want to do Pop in a Box only because it's just a single pop or a 3-pack pop or a 6-pack pop. I just don't want pops. I want other stuff. I can get action figures. I can get T-shirts. I have a lot of T-shirts I wear. I mean, even shirts like this came out of, this came out of a going to a convention. Similar shirts like this one came out of subscription boxes. So I do like getting those T-shirts, and that's one of the things that really turned me on to subscription boxes. So that is what it is, and that's probably what we're going to be doing come next week, so to speak, when I order that box. That's the idea. That's what I'm probably going to wind up doing. Hopefully it'll be good. We'll see what happens. Definitely it'll be very, very fun to do another subscription box because I haven't done one in so long. I've done the World's Finest box. I did that one, which was a quarterly box. It was okay. The quality was not really up to scratch. It was a little bit subpar, especially the Green Lantern box I did, mainly because the figure itself was really, really bad. You don't want any of the Amazon monthly boxes. The Amazon monthly boxes, if you're talking Funko, there's ones they were doing was Star Wars, and I think they did Disney, but I don't know if they're doing a Disney one anymore. I don't want those boxes specifically. I'm a Star Wars fan, but I'm not a big fan with the monthly subscription box for the Funko one. I like the Legion of Collectors Corps when Funko did it because it was DC. I'm a DC guy. I really, really like that box. But because they canceled it and never made a new one yet to pick up from another distributor or another retailer, they never brought it back yet. I wish Amazon would have, but they never did. So it's unfortunate that it happened that way, but that's what's happening right now. Not sure what other boxes I want to do yet. I've been looking around, haven't found anything yet. I might maybe do Battle Box. Or they have like a knife box thing. Maybe do a subscription knife thing, possibly. I'm not a big knife person, but it might be a fun box, which would be something different. They do food boxes as well, but that's not my sort of thing. They've done comic boxes where you get a stack of, let's say, different comics or different trade paperbacks you can pick up. I've seen those ones as well, but I want like more collectible geek merchandise. That's what kind of turned me on to mystery boxes, subscription mystery boxes rather, and that's why I like doing it. So I'm probably going to go back eventually to doing those boxes down the road, but I'm not sure exactly how many I'm going to do in a month. At the height of my channel, I was doing 2 boxes a month. I would do Legion of Collectors Corps and another box. Usually it was a Bambox, it was a collector's case, it was a Nerd Block, when Nerd Block was very, very good. When they had a lot of stuff until they went and turned to crap. Geek Fuel it's an alright box, but in my personal opinion, you're really spending the money on the pin. The pin is really where the money's at in that box. Not even for the shirt per se, but the pins were really, really cool, very stylized. They had a very cool version of their little robot guy done up on different sort of character backgrounds. They did stuff for Transformers. They did stuff for Space Ghost. They did stuff with G.I. Joe. It was very, very cool what they did with their little pins. So I didn't want to keep doing that one because I spent like money a lot on those, mainly for the pins themselves. That's what it felt like. And I'm not a pin guy, so it felt really like a wasted item to me. Yep. If you look on my logo, AA, where the Rook Geek Goodness is, the little version, that little pop version of me, that came from their website. And I just basically took that, and I had a guy who was a subscriber and friend of the channel, and he actually worked for WWE in their magazine department for many, many years. And he put together if you look at my YouTube page, my Facebook page, the big banner you see with the Green Lantern symbol behind me, he created that whole backdrop for me. And he took my little Funko design, and he customized it and put it there. So that's one thing that was very, very cool. As far as content coming out in the future, as far as the first week of October goes, I will not be putting any content out because I'm getting married that weekend. For the honeymoon, I'll be flying out to Nevada, to Vegas, and we're going to spend some time in Vegas, and from there we're going to spend a day in California. I mentioned this in the sort of the makeshift stream on Tuesday, and we're going to be going to the Hollywood Funko store. You made one at the Funko store, or you made one through the digital pop? If you made one at the Funko store, I'm going to be making a pop at the Funko store. I plan to. I think I can find something similar to what that design is there. Just a dark-haired pop with brown eyes. I don't know if you can put glasses on it or not. I definitely want to have one with a green shirt so I can get a Green Lantern sticker logo. And I want to have blue jeans. That's what I want to have. If I can get those parts in place, I want to build a pop of me so I can have it sitting somewhere around the app. Okay. I know that the Funko store, you can do that. They have bins all over the store where you can Funko-wise yourself, basically. And I don't know if you can get it you can make a case or a box for it or not, but definitely going to make a pop of myself, probably one for my girl as well, just because it'll be very, very fun to do. And that's one thing I want to do eventually. I don't know. Hopefully we'll have time to do it. Because the Funko store is closed on Monday and Tuesday, but they're open every other day during the week. So we're probably going to be there either on a Wednesday or a Thursday. We haven't decided yet because we're also going to be going to Grand Canyon. That's one thing we wanted to see together because I've never seen the Grand Canyon, and neither has she. So that's sort of the itinerary. I don't know. I never made it in plastic. What I would do is I would just literally, as I mentioned, they have a bunch of bins I don't know if you take a design and then they can build it for you there, or you just pick parts out of a basket and then you put them together. That's the idea. So I have one of the things that we're going to be doing is me and my fiance, we're going to be having customized pops built for us by a customizer, and we're putting it on a wedding cake. That's one thing we are definitely going to be doing. So we haven't gotten them in hand yet. We should be getting them probably in a week or so. We've been waiting about 2 months for him to work on this project, so we're waiting for that to come in. So that's the next order of business per se. Hopefully that will be done soon. We're just waiting for, like I said, we're just waiting for them to come in. Excuse me. Oof. Yeah. So that's what's kind of going on right now. Again, streaming on first Tuesday of every month. That's going to be the streaming night. Hopefully I can fix this chat issue with, again, I've talked about it before, the black area you see on the right side of the screen normally would be a chat. You would see all this text coming up, but for whatever reason it's broken right now. I've tried redoing it or rebuilding it, and it's still not working right. I might have to update OBS, which is what I'm thinking might be the problem, why it's not working correctly. That's my guess. per se, because some of their settings don't look the same in the videos I'm watching compared to what I see on my screen. So I'm assuming there's an update that I need to probably pull down to get that functionality working correctly again. I'm hoping it doesn't break my functionality I have now and make me start from scratch. I really don't want that to happen. I'm hoping it doesn't. Okay. So maybe you can. Maybe you can do that. If you have an account with them, maybe they can take your image and they can put it together for you at their store. It'd be cool. That's all I know of. I haven't seen any other version of it where you can make it into vinyl or buy it. I know you can go to the Hollywood store and build one yourself, so I do know that. So that's about it for tonight, guys. We're at 9:36. I want to only run a 30-minute stream. Again, this was a makeup for what happened on Tuesday because the stream didn't work right because of the go live button. Let me just fill that in right now. The issue why it didn't work correctly. Hey, Vincent Du Bois, thanks for coming into the stream. The reason why we had issues Tuesday is because their classic version of the stream software, you would just simply start OBS, start your stream, and it would just go live. Thanks, Vincent. And that's kind of what happened here. So it would just start live. It would just go. With this new version they have, you have to start OBS and engage the go live button in the top right corner of the screen. If you don't do that, the stream won't ever go live. That's why people were saying, where am I at? I was talking for 30 minutes to myself because the stream never turned on, literally turned on. I'm watching literally a preview of it on my screen, but it never turned on. And that's why I had this issue, and I figured let me mess with it after the stream ended to figure out what I did wrong, and that in fact was the issue of why it was happening. So that's currently what's going on with me, guys. I want to thank everyone who came into the chat today. I'm going to cut it out right now in 3, 2, 1. Take care, guys. See you next video. And bye-bye.